Well, hey everybody, welcome to Senior Living Live. My name is Chris and I am hosting today here at the Lakeside at Amelia Island. We're in a nice quiet model apartment in the independent living neighborhood, and I am joined with Donna and Ellen, and they are friends and they're members of the community here and they live here, and so welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
So happy to see you and on this beautiful day here in sunny Florida. So tell me a little bit about yourself. What brought you to the community, and you're married or what?
No, I lost my husband 8 years ago.
Okay.
And we built a house here on the river 30 years ago and loved it. And when he passed away, I remained there. But when you live in a house and you've got gardens and lawns and a dock and a boat, it's kind of hard.
A lot to take care of.
Yeah, a lot to take care of. So I decided that probably I was going to live there forever. Loved the house. It was just, for us, it was just everything that we wanted forever. And one day I decided it was just too much. So I investigated a few other places, but I never went to any of them. But I came to Lakeside the first time, and that day I decided that this is going to be my home. So I'm
You decided
here.
it would work for you.
Yes, and I'm very happy.
And Donna, same question. How did you arrive here at the community?
Well, we used to live here in Trendy 40 years ago.
Okay.
So, but in the interim, we've moved around quite a bit, and we were living in the villages, and we've been there almost 20 years. And so we just learned about this concept of independent living, having independent houses. And we still have friends from when we lived here 40 years ago. So we were visiting them, and they bought us over, and we kind of took a tour around the whole place, and they have cottages and a separate area of 28 houses, I think it is. And then we let it go, and months later we were back up here again, and then we were deciding that maybe it's time that we make a change. And so if it didn't have the houses and whatnot, we wouldn't be here. But for us, it works.
It was important to you to move into the house kind of environment.
Right.
And you live in an apartment here in the
Yes.
community? Okay. So you two are your friends, and you.
Well, we met in the last, she's only been here, 6 months?
Okay.
So, I mean, we met along, Donna's very outgoing, so we met along the dining room, and I have a very friendly husband who meets everybody. So, he and Donna, I don't know whether it was in the dining room or whatever, or cocktail hour, but.
Yeah. But there's opportunities to meet people and to
Yes,
engage.
very much so.
Yeah, I've always heard that in talking with residents in the communities that they appreciate that, of just being able to socialize and have these happy hours and dining times and things. So what are some of the activities that you do in the community and things? I mean, what do you do to stay busy?
Well, they keep us pretty busy here. Of course, we have the silver sneakers in the mornings, 3 days a week, and then 2 days a week they have the stretch and exercise, and it helps everyone. And we have a good, loyal class of people every day. And on Thursdays, which was today, we do a walking, and we walk almost to the beach. And it's great. We pass a little park area, and we walk around in the park area, and then we come back. We head back. But they do keep us busy here. It's a very social group, and everybody knows each other. Even the people that work here, they all know our name, and that's wonderful. It was probably hard for them, but it was hard for us to remember everybody.
Oh,
And
I can
it's
imagine.
just it just looks like New Year's Eve, we had a party. And it was just probably the first year in several years that we didn't just have a big blast, but we did this year. We all went to dinner, and a lot of us dressed up for New Year's, and we had dinner. We had cocktail hour. We had dinner, and then after dinner, we went to the bistro, and they had a band, and we had the best time.
And you rang in the new year? You stayed all the way to midnight?
No,
No.
9 o'clock.
Okay, there you go.
And that was pretty.
I think I was in
late.
bed at 8, so
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
worry.
But it was a fun evening, and people danced, and they sang, and they had hats and whistles, and it was just a fun evening.
Oh, it sounds like it. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a great evening. Everybody had fun, and it was just fun to see everybody having a good time. Because, you know, when you look around, you think they probably would have been home and been in bed at 8 o'clock, and there they were having fun.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you do to stay active around the community?
Well, I'm not a morning person, so I don't get up for the morning exercises. But I do get up on Wednesday and Thursday for art. I do an acrylic class and a watercolor class. And they've got us an instructor every once in a while now, so that kind of is something that we in the art class appreciate. And well, I don't know, time just goes by fast, and we still have other friends on the island, so we don't do everything here, but we do quite a bit here.
I think that's an important point because it's not like your life doesn't stop when you move to a place like this. You can continue kind of keeping your own preferences and how you want to do things.
And there's groups in the neighborhood that have become groups and go to dinner together and whatnot. And it's flexible. I mean, what was I gonna say?
We go to the movies.
And they play bingo. On Fridays they have buck bingo, and there's a certain group of people who go, about 21 or 22 people have been going. So that's been kind of, from bingo you go to happy hour, and from happy hour to dinner, from dinner to bed.
It seems like there's always activity in this community. I walk in and there's always people greeting each other and having good conversations, and little pockets of people having talks and coffee, and it's always nice to see.
And we have a flower arranging class, I think twice a month, and we have a great instructor, and they're real flowers, and we get to take them home and they're always very pretty.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds fun. And that was something that struck me. I was talking with Linda, the executive director, the other day, and she talked about how there's, I think she mentioned like a crocheting class or club or something like that. But the only reason that exists is because there are people who live here who want to do that. They don't just have these activities for no reason. It's to try to cater to the likes and dislikes of everyone who lives here. So it seems to be flexible to me. So you came from you came from the Villages, which is a kind of like a 55 plus starting at community, and you lived there for a while, and you came from a house just here on the island
On the river.
on the river, and so there's people from all around. I know people have moved here from the northeast of the country. A lot of people from the Atlanta area, others in Jacksonville and things. And so if someone is just starting out in their journey of looking into a community like the Lakeside at Amelia, what advice would you give them when they're looking? If they don't know anything about this, what would you say to them?
Do your homework. Compare. You need to check out whether you're doing a monthly rental, or a lot of places that you go to are buy-ins.
The buy-ins,
and
yeah.
you sort of need to decide what's best for you, and you usually do that with a financial advisor of some sort.
Decision, yeah.
But yeah, definitely. And like I said, we were just intrigued with having a house. We're not ready for an apartment yet. We may be sooner than we think.
Well, and was that a deciding factor for you that there are apartments available should you need it in the future?
Well, yeah, but my son and I were just talking because he just got back from China and he's been over there for 5 years.
Wow.
And, was asking me some questions, and I said, it depends on circumstances. I don't know. I have a daughter in Woodinville, Washington, and my son won't be here. So, but yes, if the circumstances are right and something happened to Rick, I would probably look into moving into an apartment. A house would be too expensive, and
Well, you've got
you
the
just gotta
flexibility,
you do have flexibility, and I really haven't thought about assisted living, but it's there if we want it or if we need it.
to have those options.
Yeah.
I think that's nice. Any advice for folks looking in communities like this?
Well, like she said, do your homework. There's many places that have just different. When I saw this, it was just so bright and pretty, and the magnet. They take such beautiful care of this place. The landscaping is very nice. They keep up with it, and I was impressed. We've got a fireplace in the lobby that's always going and to keep us warm, even though it's a place hot in Florida. Has been a little chilly of late. So, and they do accept pets. And had they not accepted pets, I wouldn't be here. I've got 2 doggies, and she has one, Tebow. And so they socialize also, and we see everybody outside, and it's just fun. Everybody knows the doggy's name. They might not know who you are, but they know your dogs.
They know you as Tebow's mommy. Is that how they?
Yes, and that's Tebow's house. It's not our house when we go by.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been a good dog, and the neighborhood accepts him everywhere we've been.
Oh, that's so nice. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and talking about your experiences here and sharing. So we're so happy to have you.
Well, thank you for asking.
Yeah, absolutely. And so for those of you who are watching online, if you want to know more about the Lakeside at Amelia, you can find out more on their website at lakesideamelia.com. And for more shows like this, we've got seniorlivinglive.com where you can learn more about senior living and the process and journey of moving into a community. Until next time, I am Chris. Have a great day.